And we're live. Let's go. Okay. Welcome back for season 2 of Exit Points, episode 2, I guess. I am really, really sick right now, so I apologize for anyone who's going to hear a lot of coughing throughout this, but... Oh, I have it. Oh, okay. And yeah, that's basically it. I've got nothing else to say. This is Poe on my right, and then on the right of that is Skip. Say hi.
Hi. I'm the cooler one, obviously.
Okay.
I upgraded my walls.
You upgraded your... Oh, Jesus. They're playing a Tycoon game on FNAF right now.
No.
Which is a great start to this. Great start. I love it so much. Anyway, Demo 2. It's out. It's finally out. I guess, what were you guys, like, first initial reactions on, like, Demo 2 coming out? Like, just in general? It seemed to drop out of nowhere, I think.
I think so. When it first happened, it's like it felt a little confusing and big, but I feel like actually speedrunning the game helped me learn the map more because it had me going to where I know I needed to go, and it wasn't just me wandering around barely remembering where I'm even at. So I feel like speedrunning actually helped me remember it and would probably help me in the future too.
Okay. Initial reactions, though. For, like...
Yes,
I know speedrunning was something I think that you did, like, after, and I have more questions about that later. But just in general, when it first came out, I think... I'm pretty sure this wasn't, like, announced. Like, this was just sort of, like, just came out of nowhere. We knew about the whole, like, you know, a few sneak peeks being dropped, including the video. I mean, it was kind of going to drop at some point, but... I don't know, it sort of popped in. What do you think, Poe? What was your reaction?
For me, I kind of, didn't expect this to go on longer. I don't know how to explain it. It feels kind of weird that Sushado making games again in general.
I kind of get that. I mean...
Yeah.
After Demo 1, it took a full half year for Demo 2 to come out, and so... I guess the game kind of, like, fall off people's radars that, like, it was still happening to begin with.
You need to make games faster.
Make games faster. Yeah, that's just the...
Yeah, shut up, speedrunner.
Okay. So, right, Demo 2 was mostly a stealth, or it was a stealth and hacking speedrun, and we got to see the very first introduction for the hacking system with the nodes, the jumping between nodes, hacking certain spots, and then be able to, like, see cameras, cameras that moved. That was kind of cool, and they had different, like, I don't know. There's more details, it feels like, than everyone ever had, that sort of thing. I don't know. I always felt like Demo 2, like, the hacking system is sort of like... I said this before when it first came out, or it was first announced. It reminds me of... was it Watch Dogs 2, or something like that? When you have, like, the different puzzles. I kind of still want there to be puzzles, but I don't see anything like that. I don't know. I was really interested to see that when it first happened.
I forgot what I was going to say, but imagine I said something very intriguing
and thought-provoking.
Very intellectually stimulating.
Thank you.
Well, did you like the hacking system? Like, is there any suggestions?
I think the hacking system, I still don't really understand the entirety of it, but for what it is, I think it's new, it's different. I think it'll work as it is, but I see like 90% of it being useless unless you're like a first-time player.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like opening. It's like when you go into the camera operator's room and you use the little interact thing to, like, look through the cameras. Like, if you're just learning about everything, it's a little helpful. But once you kind of know everything, it's useless. There's no reason to use it.
Okay. Well, okay. You kind of have to use it to get the data and stuff, right? And to implant a spell or whatever.
Well, yeah,
do you mean like jumping between nodes?
I mean, like, 90% of the hacking stuff isn't going to be used. It's just going to be the things that you need to use that you're going to focus on.
I suppose.
So if you just start out, you're going to go through different nodes and stuff and figure out what they do. But once you figure out what you need and what you don't really need,
So like cameras,
then
you don't really look through cameras that much, and you can't
yeah,
really like stop them from looking at you as well.
yeah, you don't really use cameras. You would just shoot them or run past them.
Yeah, okay. I can kind of see it. But I think there's more potential for that sort of thing in the future. In Demo 2, we had a very small, sneak peek of what actually could be used with this hacking system. I don't know. I feel like there's more to it that could be explored later. And this is just been on the base engine right now, and so there's more things that could be used for in the future. Like, for example, what if you had to hack something to open a door, or...
Yeah, that would... But I mean, like... Because even then, if you need to get past a door, you open up the hack. There's just no reason to use the entire hacking system. You only need to open the door or to hack a server or things like that. But I don't know. I can't really think of anything specific that could be done to make everything else useful. But I feel like that would be a better direction to go. But it's not that major of an issue.
Okay.
It works fine as is.
Yeah.
So
what do you think, Po? Do you have anything to say
For
about
the hacking system?
Yeah, hacking system in general. Was it confusing for you?
Yeah, well... Yeah, I am stupid.
Okay, well, I didn't mean to...
Honestly, I thought the whole demo was kind of confusing, and I didn't really get it. But at the same time, I also think that might be a good thing, because maybe it'll decrease the child population of
Oh my
the
God.
operators.
People have to read the help text.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
I
It's
think
fine.
it might be good for diversity in gameplay, though.
Oh yeah.
It adds a lot, a bit of depth to the gameplay that Entry Point never had, right? If you hack something Entry Point, you can hold F
Entry
on it to
Point's
see a
very
circle.
bare bones compared to operators.
For sure. For Entry Point, you just hold the circle and then like hold F to see a circle appear, and then you start hacking it. It takes time, or you just wait.
Defeating a multi-million-dollar criminal syndicate by pressing a circle button.
My favorite.
All right.
My favorite.
What are you guys' thoughts on the engine of infiltration engine, I guess, of operators? Or like compare it to what Entry Point feels like. I know there's a whole thing about when the demo 2 dropped and everyone started finding bugs with first person. The reason why there were so many bugs with first person is because no one in QA ever tried testing first person, because we assumed third person would be like the way to go. But it seems like the majority of people still like way prefer first person over third person, which shocks me. I don't get that. So I was hoping to get some answers from you guys for why that is.
Okay, so it is just infinitely better to just do first person instead of third person. The only advantage
Infinitely
third person
better.
has, yes, the only advantage that third person has over first person is peeking corners, and that is the only time that I would ever use it. But even then, I can peek a corner without going into third person, so then it's just kind of useless. It's easier to aim, it's better to aim, and moving around feels a lot better. You can gauge where your actual character is, so you're not running into walls and stuff. You can do that a lot easier. It's just better in first person.
That shocks me. That is shocking to hear. What about you, Po?
Yeah, first person is definitely better. I think
My
just
God.
the whole it is. Third person just makes me dizzy. It's really annoying to control, and I also seem to be walking into walls every time I do go into third person.
Okay, this is gonna be a long-term debate. I don't see the appeal behind staying in first person for this game. Especially if it is for like, I mean, looking around corners is a huge part of this. You really like being able to see things you're not supposed to be able to see. From what I understand, I believe the prompts are easier to interacting prompts are easier to see and reach in third person, as opposed to third person. I think they're based on the camera, which is why it's different. I don't know. It's just shocking to me to see that, because it feels like that you'd be able to do so much more in third person.
I think you're just in denial that first person is
Yeah.
better.
I think you guys are just like hell bent on sticking with what we're used to with EP.
Okay, so like
Well, it's just easier, okay? I don't like the third person
okay,
camera
no,
because it
but
hurts my eyes.
but then it's also the like they are shooters at their base. Like it is you with a gun, you are shooting. Shooting has always been easier in first person than third person. With third person, you need a crosshair, but I mean, even this crosshair isn't really that good because it's just a circle.
Yeah.
But in first person, you have a crosshair or you can ADS and actually use your scope. But when you're in third person, ADSing just kind of zooms you in a little bit, so you're less accurate in third person.
Well, okay. Well, if you ADS in third person, it actually puts you into first person.
You know what I mean?
I know, I know. It's just shocking to me as well because okay, it feels like Upper is not supposed to be a game where you. I'm gonna get a lot of slack for saying this. It feels like Upper is in the game we're not really supposed to be running around shooting things. I think you're just so used to the speedrunner way of things that's kind of what you're thinking of right now. But
It's if you're going well, I mean, it's a video game. It's not a you do it exactly like this or you die. It's a oh, you mess up, you try again. So you can
don't?
do it. So you can do it, however you want, and however you want just ends up making one thing over the other more efficient.
all right, whatever. To each their own. Okay. What do you think about the controls in general, though? Like, how does it feel to play the game as opposed to entry point? I mean, like different like keybinds, like tab for inventory, for example. I guess M for map.
I think they're very. I think they're pretty similar to entry point because I think anything outside of WASD and to move and then mouse to look around, I feel like anything outside of that is like minor changes. So like tab for inventory instead of I guess that's a little more helpful instead of having to reach over across the keyboard.
Okay.
But it's not a prominent thing that I noticed. I mean, I don't really open the inventory either, so
I guess okay, yeah. Given your background, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't really have too many issues with controls myself. I think M for map is a little bit far, and N for hacking is also a little bit far. But from what I understand, okay, I should say this. I hope that a sort of like keybind system is introduced to the game at some point, where you can set your own keybinds.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah.
For me, I think M for map makes sense. A lot of games do it. I think N for hacking is kind of weird. I think hacking should be something closer to your left hand. For me, when I put my thumb on spacebar, it's right below the B key, so I can just reach over to N or M. But N is kind of, I mix it up a lot with B, so it's kind of hard to remember to go over a little bit more.
Okay, got you. What about you, Poe? Do you think that's like the similar? Do you enjoy the controls? It's fine. Similar enough to EP?
I think they're fine for what it is. I don't really have any complaints with them, but maybe I'm just not a super experienced awesome swag gamer.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I just genuinely don't have a problem with them.
Okay, let's move on then to just like general points. Like, what do you think about the community's reaction to the second demo? I think it's mostly positive, negative.
I feel like not as many people played this one as they did the first one, because the first one was like, oh my god, news to Shadow game, and then the second one was like, oh, it came out, I had no idea. Like, I even posted like a little announcement on my thing, and I think one person saw it.
It feels like a lot of this is like not well
they
known.
liked it.
Yeah.
I feel like the first one was a lot better, honestly. It wasn't as not complex, but I think the first one was just more simple. It stuck to the basics, but it handled the basics well. The second one tried to be bigger, and that's a good thing, especially for what it's trying to be as a demo. But I feel like the first one just did it a lot better. And I think the map was better too. It was smaller, in the first one, but it wasn't just, you know, 1 or 2 rooms. It was like 3 floors or something, 2 floors, but it had different rooms in each area, and then even like an outside area. But then the second one kind of felt like the setup, where it was just an outside and then a building.
Yeah, if it did, I wanted to say that. It really did feel like the setup. I also think that going with a bigger map, especially for these demos, is kind of not the best idea, because the thing you want to showcase is like your mechanics and not really the maps you're gonna have in the game. Especially because we're already used to seeing Shishato have like, well, I wouldn't say cool, but like expansive maps, I guess.
Not cool maps.
Okay,
Cool.
I think for like stealth, I think stealth works better with these smaller maps, but I think it can work better with bigger maps, like something like Black Site did. It was very linear.
Yeah, but Black Site is like an end game map, you know? I wouldn't also like a Black Site map for the demo.
Yeah, no, not for the demo, but for like towards the end of the game, having a bigger sized map, but have it a little more linear. I think that would work good. But something for like Loud, I don't think Loud would work good in a smaller map. Something like Financer, I think for something like similar to Black Dusk, I feel like a bigger map where there's more things to do, there's more variety in the layout and just things to do. Something like that works better for Loud than it would for Stealth.
I think Operators is built around the idea that maps can be bigger, just in general. But I see what you mean about the whole Stealth thing being smaller and then Loud being bigger, except for Black Site, which was okay. It's a little bit linear, that one, but it worked out. I think the maps do have potential, as in like it feels more fleshed out than Entry Point was. And like if you notice also, if you look around, like the entire map around the area was actually really big. It was really built out. So that's interesting to like look at to begin with. It seems like the whole, I mean, like, you know, Bathurst Street and everything. Anyway, I've always had this vision, okay, because I played Hitman recently. I really wanted to have like a really big like Hitman-sized map. I don't think it's gonna happen, just because it's a Roblox game and probably can't handle that sort of thing. But
oh no, it definitely could.
You think so?
No, I know it could, because I know Apocalypse.
You know it could, Roblox connoisseur.
Because like Apocalypse Rising, they have this like massive map. It takes 30 minutes just to run across it. You can have a big map in Roblox and it can handle it as long as you know how to handle it.
Okay, so would you want something like that in the game then, like a really big map for? Okay, how about this? Do you think it's feasible to have a large-sized, you know, like Operators map with a bunch of different ways to go about your objectives and whatnot?
I wouldn't mind something like that, like a mission that can take 20 minutes even in a speedrun, but
I think
I'm on the fence.
Should depend.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on what's going on and what's happening. If it's
even
worth it.
If it's a lame ass mission like fucking Financer and it's like this big grandiose map, then
is it even worth it to
play? I'm sure a larger map would also have different or better objectives, right? Surely.
Well, it could, but because there's like this trap that a lot of developers fall into, where it's just they fall into the thing where you're just repeating the same objective, or just very bland generic objectives, like just waiting for this, or run and pick this up, or grab this and put it here. Something like that is a little boring, but if it was something more innovative, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but something more engaging than just that.
Okay. Well, all I can think of right now is Hitman. I just can't get it out of my head right now. Okay, here's a question. Do you think the game will be more popular than Entry Point, and will live up to the hype? And the question is there hype for this game right now? Or is it like too laid back and like not as open about its development?
I feel like it can't be more popular than Entry Point, because Entry Point I think it can get close. I think it'll be more popular than the other games, definitely. But
Other
it
Deception?
won't be, yeah, more than Deception or Facade
Okay.
or Glass.
Well,
I think
those
there's
were
another one.
smaller, like, single player games, except for Deception.
Yeah.
Um,
Or that ooh, what's it called? The one where it was the lobby and it had the free fall logo at the top.
what?
It
Murder
was
Mystery 2?
yeah, it was like murder mystery. It was like people with like guns and you were like this murderer that could turn invisible and you had a knife.
Oh, Alpha?
Yeah, Alpha.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha male?
Me.
Me.
Yeah, Alpha was apparently a side
I
project before Introvert took off. Sorry, go on.
I want to like half agree, half disagree with what Skippy said because I definitely think it'll depend on what the first mission is gonna be. If it's like something really complex like this demo and it doesn't ease you into the features, I think not a lot of people are gonna play it till the end.
Yeah.
You think so?
Like yeah, like even Deposit. When I first played Deposit, I had no idea how to play it. I stopped playing it, but I was interested enough in how the game looked and how it felt that I actually bothered to look up a guide. And I had no idea that you could break the window at the side in the basement,
Right.
and no one would
Did
see
you
it.
watch the Unoff guide?
No, this was way before, way before that. Um, I think it depends on how the missions come out at first. If it's like a bunch of missions, like 5 missions at the start, or if it's just one mission and then a few months later one mission, like Entry Point did.
Yeah.
What was the second question?
Is there hype, or will it live up to the hype?
Is there hype? Right now I don't think there's a whole lot of hype for it because it's the development is kind of like, hey, there's a new demo out, come play it. But no one really has it in their mind to be like, oh, okay, it's going to come out at this date. It just kind of appears. And some people, I saw one dude, or like 2 dudes, they had no idea that the first demo even came out until like months later, months after it finished.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah.
I think
So
also Dewey had no, like, RBX Dewey, like the one big YouTuber, had no idea that the second demo came out actually until like a couple days after it was released.
Yeah. I don't think there's a whole lot of hype for it right now, but I think maybe after it releases, at least the first mission, then I think there's going to be more people coming over to try it out. And if they don't like it, then I feel like I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like it as much as Entry Point, so I feel like it's not going to get as many players. Because Entry Point is also like its own thing. It's not one specific game. It's just it takes inspiration from a bunch of different games. But something like Operators, you can really feel a Hitman vibe from it, and I think that's mostly because of the I think because of the gunplay as well as the third person thing.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think, Poe? Do you think there's hype for this game, or do you think it'll be more popular than Entry Point, or will it not get close? I'm curious.
I already answered the popularity question, and
Yeah.
I think it depends. For the hype, I think only hardcore Entry Point fans are really like excited for it.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, like, the majority of people that actually know about this game are just people who are in the Entry Point community. I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I always have this feeling where I feel like this game should be hyped because of a few things that I know, but I can't say anything, of course, and I think there's a reason for that. And so it just doesn't really want that much hype, so that's kind of a good thing. More popular than Entry Point? That depends on a few things, but I think it has potential to be more popular than Entry Point. It has to play it just has to play their cards right. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards?
Oh my god. Thanks for that one. Last question.
No problem.
What do you think the third demo will be out? Are you pushing for like a 6-month again next anniversary? Is that your expected date here for this?
April 12th.
April 12th. How specific?
6 months makes sense, but I feel like it depends how complex Sish wants to make Loud. If it's gonna be like entry point or like how it was in the first demo, or like similar to how it was in the first demo, then it really shouldn't take that long. But if it's gonna be like more complex than entry points was, then I feel like it could take maybe not 6 months, but maybe like 4 or 5 months. So around the anniversary date.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
We knew it.
I knew it would happen eventually.
We knew it.
Hi, Dart.
So, are we talking about the release date of the next demo?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe no.
So basically, guys, the release date is planned for
Jeez.
True.
Wow, that microphone was awful.
That was quite a microphone as well. I also was not ready for that to happen right then and there. Thanks Dart for your input. I think what's worth mentioning is that this is still just the engine for the game. As in, like, this is still like the kill house phase. If anyone remembers that,
Ew.
I guess. Okay,
Ew.
well, I was there when
Ew.
kill house was okay. Back in my day, you youngsters don't understand this. Back in my day, all right, when kill house was the first thing that was
You are
out
19 years old.
there. Shut up. When Kill House was first released, Sish was still testing out a lot of features, like potential features. So like, you know, body dragging and whatnot was still being added to the game, and like figuring out if it was actually worth like doing or working on. And we're in that phase sort of right now, where a lot of features can still be removed, still be added. Once they do get added, like full stop, I think it's going to accelerate the actual, you know, missions release schedules. As it stands, I have a feeling that it'll be a little bit faster for Demo 3 to come out. I mean, at the end of the day, it also comes down to how many loud mechanics does Sish actually want to add to this game.
Yeah.
And knowing Sish's track record on not focusing on loud nearly as much as stealth, I think it'd be faster, just out of like virtue of that.
I feel like there should just be like more to Loud than just what guns they have. But like
For
Notoriety,
me,
Notoriety did it good, but they also did kind of steal the whole idea. But I think if they remake it and they change how like Loud plays, I feel like
what
some
would you suggest then?
inspiration.
What would you
would be-
suggest for other ideas?
Okay, like Payday 3, instead of just having, you know, multiple different types of enemies do different things, they had enemies actually do different things. Like instead of the shield just being a shield, if there was a shield, then other SWATs would actually hide behind the shield to take cover.
Okay.
Something more mechanical and not functional.
Yeah.
Or even like running and sliding, something like that.
Yeah. Sliding would be a cool mechanic.
Yeah.
Poe, were you gonna say something?
I feel like honestly, Loud shouldn't be added at all if they're not
What?
gonna focus on it. Oh, here's the thing.
Kind
'cause-
of a good point.
Okay, Sish
Ooh,
has
okay.
like this bias towards stealth, you know, and
Yeah.
they're gonna put like all they have into stealth. And if Loud is an afterthought, why even add it at all? You'll just pad out the release date.
I think there's an argument. Okay, well, it was already established that there's some stealth only game, there's some stealth only missions, some loud only missions, and that in and of itself means that it has to be implemented to a certain extent. I think it's not going to be completely overlooked. There's going to be some things that are new about it. That's for sure. But
As long as it's not like the score, it should be fine.
Yeah, does
What's wrong with
anybody
the score?
actually like the score?
No.
Okay.
Because you know what? At least the lockup with the Loud, it had a justifiable reason that you're literally transporting guns for fucking Armera. That is a good plot setup for having Loud in the mission.
No, but I mean like the map design in score just sucked.
Reminds me of you.
So true.
My God, that's the last. Okay, well, sure. Map design for loud only missions, I'm sure, also is gonna be kept in mind.
Add more cover.
I didn't have too much of a problem with the scores loud like mission or like the map design. I thought it was kind of cool.
It's too open. There's not enough cover, and
okay.
especially in that first part, the SWAT can like shoot through, especially like the area between the metal fencing. Like they can shoot between that, but if you shoot between that, it just blocks it. Like it's
okay,
yeah, it's
so
just like a solid.
It's a one-way shot.
Yeah, it's
okay.
unfair.
I'm sure something that would not be added in this game, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Also, thin things like railings or like chairs and stuff need to be penetratable. You need to be able to shoot through them.
I don't know about penetration in this game. Is there penetration right now? Actually, I don't know. I haven't tested that.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think we'd have to figure that out at the loud demo.
Right.
But it's because like SWAT, they would shoot you through it just fine, but you can't shoot them. There's a lot of that in Entry Point, and it's very frustrating. It's not consistent.
Right. Okay. We will see. I have some questions for Skip. As a speedrunner, I've got a lot of questions about this actually. What was speedrunning the game like, just in general?
Stressful.
What's the lowest time? Is it Carrot's time still? What was the time actually?
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, let me go look.
You guys break a minute or no?
No, we did not break a minute. Carrot's time was 1:09.390.
That's fine.
And then second place was 4:24. Third was 6:10. Mine was 8:21.
So 1:09,
and then
8:21. Okay, yeah.
8:71. So I feel like in any game, the difference in like first and fifth place being half a second is not a good thing.
Well, you only had like how many days, right?
Well,
but
yeah.
Also, it also is just a demo mission. It's not meant to be as big.
I don't care.
Okay.
My fourth place got stolen in the first demo. Like last second, someone took second place, which kicked me down from third to fourth, and I ended up getting fourth again. And after like after hours of grinding for a better time, the most I could shave off every like hour or so was like 0.01 seconds.
You guys reached the skill like cap very, very fast for those missions though.
Yes, but Carrot.
What's Carrot's? Okay.
I can't get like a 0.5 second faster run. It's just always 0.01 seconds. And I can't even get close to third place. But then, Carrot's over here with like 50 minutes faster than us.
God.
That one
Carrot's
time.
a menace this game, dude. I don't understand it.
I don't like the 3 decimal points. I feel like it should be. No, I feel like it should be 2 because for like Entry Point it makes sense because of the occasional like where it's the same time, it makes sense. But if it's a game like this where it is on more than one occasion, it has ended up where someone beat another person's time by 0.001 seconds.
Oh my God.
And I feel like that should not happen, at least as frequently as it did in the second demo.
Well, I would think precision's better, right? The more precision you have, the better for your time.
Precision is better, but the more precise it is, the more stressful it is, especially.
Well, he's just salty, okay?
Yeah, I think he's just okay. Well, the reason why there is a third decimal place is because of Carrot. Carrot wanted a third.
Yeah. Yeah, but for Entry Point, that makes sense.
I don't know. I think it makes things more interesting, or it adds a layer of. I don't know. It feels like it would be beneficial. I don't know. I don't see why you're so upset about it.
Because of adding or someone beating your time by 0.001 seconds or like 0.009 seconds. I feel like that is a lot worse than someone beating your time by 0.01 seconds, because 0.01 seconds you can actually feel like it's accomplishable, but whenever
Okay.
it is that like specific, it feels impossible.
I understand what you mean. That's probably not gonna change though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make it change.
So, have you discovered any techniques? I actually did ask this before in EPC, but I want to hear you talk about it. In like the actual game, there were a few things that you guys discovered, or things you had to do to mitigate small bugs. And also, that's the reason some of these bugs were found to begin with. But I'm just curious, like, what did you find while running this game that was interesting?
Well, I'm pretty sure you know about the one where you can start 3 hacks. I forgot how it was done, but it was just by interacting very fast.
I thought that was funny. When I first saw that, I actually laughed out loud when I saw that. I don't know how you
Makes
guys managed to do that. That's wild. I feel like there's a bunch of like frame perfect inputs where you can shoot without losing momentum or something. Is that a thing?
So you need to run, and then the second like the frame that you let go of shift, you need to left click, and then the frame right after that, you need to press shift again. So it's a
Oh my
very
God.
like you cannot stop if you want to get it frame perfect. But by doing that, your character isn't walking. Your character is constantly running, but you can shoot. And I feel like running and shooting does need to be a thing, because that is very annoying to do
Running
and
while
very
shooting?
tiring. No,
Sorry, shooting while running.
the frame perfect running shooting thing.
Should not be a thing.
Yeah, and especially after hours, it really hurts your finger.
I would think there's a perk later on that will allow you to run and shoot at the same time.
I hope
As
so.
if with entry points.
I hope so.
Well, from what I understand, the character you're given is either based on the actual game, it's like the demo you're in. So, for example, I think this character that you play as has, I believe, some perks in hacking, which you would normally not have, just to show you how hacking works better. I don't think you can actually transfer between nodes that many times in a normal game. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. So, most of these perks are yeah.
I like the idea of having like different characters give you different perks, but
Well, okay. Well, I meant as in like the demo was built around the perks the perks are built around the demo that you're actually in. I would think.
maybe. But didn't you say that it was something about like the person that you play as?
No,
gives
okay.
you-
I didn't mean
okay.
it like that. No.
Okay. But I mean, still not a bad idea if
Okay.
done right.
Do you have any? Okay, I guess if both of you, I guess it's a good question. Do you have any recommendations or ideas you want to implement with operators?
A giant sniper rifle and a grenade launcher.
Yeah. Okay. You know the NTV in in Phantom Forces.
Yeah.
That's my or that's my NTW. Sorry, is it NTW?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like the giant gun that you're required to like lie down because it's a tripod.
Oh yeah. I like the guns that like the heat sensing guns where it like puts the thing over the people. I feel like that's a lot funner to shoot with.
Okay. Heat sensing?
Yeah, I think so. I remember there was like an attachment in early Phantom Forces or like the community testing
Wait, so like
server.
like seeing through walls. Like
Maybe
shoulder
not
popping,
seeing
you know?
maybe not seeing through walls, but like you aim down sights and you can see like red marks or like little squares over like the players, so it's like easier to spot them.
Hold on. This is just shoulder popping. What do you
True.
Okay. Poe, what do you think? Any suggestions or ideas you want to implement into the operators?
Honestly, more uses for money.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah.
That's interesting.
Also, we should have Persona social links in
Oh my
operators.
God.
No. Okay, maybe.
No, but okay, listen. So Shadow's fucking entry point was very character based. Well, not
It
very,
was.
but like a lot of people were very attached to the characters. But in my opinion, they were kind of bland. So if you had like maybe special events that you
The
could
worst
unlock
part
via
is,
doing
I
missions.
know for a fact Shadow has played Persona. So I don't like you suggesting this.
Oh my. No way, Phantom Thieves and Operators? My
No,
favorite.
no, we're not. I don't think that's
Joker.
happening. Oh my god.
You're just in denial.
I feel
I
like.
actually have never played Persona.
Okay.
Have you seen the Horizons Forbidden West skill tree?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Someone
even heard of
in
this game
chat said
before.
no romance.
No
we should
romance?
have
Oh,
Operators
God.
romance.
If there is, would it have to be required to be like a 17+ game for it to have romance? Isn't that like a thing?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can
I
just.
don't know.
I mean, Sis can just be like, oh yeah, these two people are husband and wife. It's like their
Okay,
career.
well,
thing.
No, I
okay,
wanna
nah,
have, like,
hold on.
jackdaw
Let's
date
slow down for a
options.
second here.
Okay, but something like the Forbidden West skill tree, it's
I'm looking this up. I don't know what this is.
you should look it up. I feel like something like that would work really good in Operators, where I think it's like you get one skill to like unlock a tree, but it unlocks 2 skills, and then each skill unlocks 2 skills, but then there's also like an ultimate skill in the middle. But like it doesn't have to be exactly like that.
Okay, I kind of see that. I believe there's already a planned system for how perks and skills will be implemented, but I don't know how exactly it's going to be implemented. I also know that money will have more of an impact than it did an entry point, because as it stands, entry point I have like millions of dollars around entry point. There's no purpose for it now.
Back in my day, the richest player had 20 million.
Oh my god. Anyway,
He still is
sure.
in my heart.
I have a question. Do you guys
Yes.
feel confident in the game's potential in the future? Do you think it could do well? I guess it's kind of comparing to entry point still, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes back to that other question. I don't think it'll do as good as Entry Point, but I think it'll do better than the other games. I think like maybe like 2 or 3
That's not what
times
you fucking
better.
ask, stupid.
You know what I mean? It has potential, but it doesn't have that much potential.
That much? Okay.
It'll be like 2 or 3 times better than one of their games that isn't Entry Point, but it won't be as good as Entry Point.
That's interesting. It
Oh,
feels
yeah,
so much
Entry
more
Point's the
polished
pinnacle
though.
of
I don't
gaming
know.
now, Skippy.
It feels so much more
What?
polished than Entry Point ever was. But go on.
It's polished, but I feel like Entry Point just has more style.
Okay.
I feel like it looks better.
You did not just fucking say that, Skippy.
Okay. Character customization.
Well, we haven't. Okay, we also haven't gotten to see
Yeah, but
most
the
of this.
characters are
The question is about
temporary.
potential for the game. Do you think the game has potential?
Yeah, but not that much.
Okay, sure. All right, let's move on to the community forum questions. We have a bunch of them here. I think some of them are actually already answered, but I'll start doing them anyway. Sure. So the first question we have is, will Operators be released as soon as their demo is out? What do you guys think? Will Operators be released as soon as their demo is out?
Absolutely not.
No, no, it will not.
No.
Or move on to the next one.
Ask that.
How many kindergartners do you think you take on before they kill you?
I had a few good minutes to think about this.
Okay.
And by minutes, I mean like I came up with an answer in 2 seconds.
Right,
It
right.
just depends on how long you could last without getting tired. Because, like if you have a
So
bunch
I
of
can
kids
last all night.
True.
Oh my god. You just kick
It's-
them and then they fall over.
It depends on, because like kids are getting
Okay, so
tall
have
now.
you ever fucking seen a kindergartner? Actually, those things have fucking tanks of energy.
That's okay. That
They-
is true. Children have a lot of energy.
They got taller too. Like
They got
my
taller over time.
No,
They
no,
got
no.
taller.
No, so my brother was like doing this band thing, and there was this like 14-year-old kid standing next to me. He was like 7
That's
and a
not
half.
a kindergartner.
He was like 7.5 feet tall. No, but I'm saying that kids nowadays are getting a lot taller. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a 5-foot kindergartner
Oh my god.
eventually.
They're gonna be taller than me.
I would say a good like 50. Just knock them over. They'll fall like dominoes.
50 kindergarteners.
Only 50?
I don't
I
know.
could-
I have to think about this a little bit further, but.
I could punt at least 100.
Okay, next question
I
before I
couldn't
get
handle
canceled.
more than
Next
5.
question. Next question. Texas asks, do you think Mike from Entry Point, that's Sparrow's fiance, as revealed in Sunset, will be returning to End Operators as a more fleshed out character?
No.
No.
No. You know why? I think Mike was only added specifically so
I think you're
people
right.
would stop horny
I
posting
think you're
about
right. I think you're
Sparrow.
right
Yeah.
about this. Honestly, that's probably true. So I would say no.
Oh.
I don't think Mike will be added as a more fleshed out character in Operators, but we could be wrong, right? Anything could happen. Okay, next question from host. Do you think demos will actually be
Ew.
part of the game, or are they just secluded playgrounds Destiny mechanics? So, will demos be part
I
of the
think
game?
they're just playgrounds for mechanics.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I think the biggest counter for this is the dialogue. Because there is dialogue, and because dialogue says things about like, oh, we're assassinating this person, or we're going to be taking intel, or the you know the
I think the dialogue is just added so we get like a kind of general atmosphere of what's it gonna be like and kind of a little bit of story setup. But I also think it's just gonna be like the kill house.
Okay. Well, the kill house is part of the story, though. It is part of the story. We've been over this, okay?
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay, I feel like it's going to be not the exact same mission, but I feel like it's going to be the same mission with some things added to it, or maybe
Right.
like expanded upon.
Maybe when like the
But
engine's
I feel
finished,
like-
you have more like more features. It would add more to it. You think?
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be more things added to it, but it's going to be like it's still going to be in the game. It's not just for the demos. It's not a demo only map.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. I mean, I think these will be part of the game, just because of the dialogue that you're given, because you're introduced to this character Hyejin or Hyjin. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've lost my mind over the pronunciation. Actually, funny story from no one on QA or even Stitch knows how to pronounce Hyjin or Hyejin. I think it's so funny.
Is that a
Hygiene.
common writer reference?
We just don't know how to
Hyjin.
pronounce. Yeah, how would you pronounce this character? It's like Hyegin or Jin, right?
You say hygiene.
Wait,
Hygiene?
how can you
Hygiene?
spell it in
Like-
chat?
Yeah, hygiene.
Oh fuck, my earbuds fell out.
It's Hyejin. How do you pronounce that? Is it Hyejin?
What the fuck is that?
That you never read that's the name of the operator that like or the mission or whatever mission coordinator talks to you.
Do I look like I read?
Hyejin?
Okay.
I'm looking at chat right now. I don't think anyone knows
Hyjin.
this name either. It's
Let me-
it's
let me-
Hyjin. It might be Hyjin.
Wait, no, wait.
People
Heijin.
people look this up.
It's-
Like
it's
it's a
Hei-
Korean name, I think.
Heichin.
Heijin?
Yeah,
Heijin. So like hey as opposed to hi.
Wait.
It's Heijin.
yeah.
Okay.
They got Koreans in Entry Point now. I hope they
Oh
don't
my
add
God.
Dutch people.
Oh my god. Anyway, I think it probably will be. Okay, back to the question at hand. Yes, I do think they will be part of the game, but we'll see. We'll see in the future. Next question. Foxon asks, what are the 3 most important mechanics in a stealth game, and how should the future maps or mechanics and operators work to benefit the game from EP? I'm assuming like better than EP or whatever, or differently. So let's come up with one each. How about that? The most important things to make up a stealth game.
Okay, I think first of all is a way to fail. I think that's very important.
Okay, well, okay, well, every game has to have a way to
Yeah,
fail
okay.
usually.
Well, no, because shut up. Okay, so something like a detection bar, it gives you a way to fail, but because it is a gradual thing, it also gives you a chance to not fail as well. It gives you the stress without actually ruining anything, like some other games do it. Something else that's important, I feel like, is variety, because without
Right.
variety, it's just going to be boring.
I was just
Like,
saying my sorry.
Like
go on.
Entry Point.
Oh my god. My choice of word here for what something that needs to be in a stealth game is creativity. I think if you're able to get into a situation where there's no exact clear one way to get out of it, and you have options, and you can be creative with how you go about like getting out of a certain situation or finding different ways to complete missions in different, like, you know, my mind of course goes to Hitman for this. I that's all I'm thinking of right now still, is that I think if you have more than one way to complete a mission and like still have the same rewards or still have a different, like, I don't know, I feel like being creative when you're in stealth games is really important.
Yeah, and like awarding people for like completing certain things,
Right.
or like getting past a certain point.
What do you think, Poe? What's your one thing you think is important for a stealth game?
Keeping Rivera alive.
Oh my god.
Agreed.
Okay, next question.
Wait. Okay, I want to add on to the failure thing.
Yeah.
So imagine you're like you're robbing like some like jewelry store or something, but it's nighttime, and you like disabled the alarms or something. There's really no way for you to fail at that point. But to add like people that can spot you, it makes it more exciting and it gives you more of a
Dude,
challenge.
have it be in fucking Paris or something. There's always gonna be people there. It's a crowded city.
And pickpockets.
Pickpockets. Pickpocketing is in operators.
Pickpockets, operator reference.
Oh
There's
my
people
god.
in operators. The scariest reality.
No way.
Oh my god. Okay, next question. What inspired you to start playing entry points? And do you see yourself sticking with the game for a considerable amount of time to come?
What?
Okay, sorry, I stumble over my words a lot. Let me reread this. What inspired you to start playing entry points, and do you see yourself sticking to the game for a long time, basically?
Okay, so my brother showed me a Roblox game, and it was the really old freelancer tutorial mission, and as far as I was aware, that was the only thing that could be played at that time. So
Yeah.
that's all I ever played. And I remember playing it like 10 times or something, because it felt like a good game. It
Right.
felt like a good game.
It did feel like a good game. Okay.
But then I forgot about it, and then I remembered it, and Deposit released, and that's when I started playing Deposit.
Right.
I finished it on Rookie, and then I didn't touch it ever again. And then Financer came out, and I beat that, and then that's when I started grinding the game, because I realized that Financer was the XP mission, and then Deposit was like the money mission for grinding.
Okay.
And ever since then I've been playing, but I feel like right now, sticking with the game, it's mostly just going to be like speedrunning and stuff like that.
Right.
There's nothing
Or
else to do in
challenge
the
running.
game. Challenge running is just horrible.
I know, that was a joke.
No, because like at this point there's so little to do in the game that the only thing that you can do is challenge run, but all the easier challenge runs, like all the basic ones, are done. So all there is left is to just keep nerfing yourself and making it harder and harder.
Yeah.
But people also pretend like it's like an accomplishment when it's just you intentionally nerfing yourself. It's not a challenge at that point.
Okay. Poe, what about you? When did you start playing entry points?
My ex-boyfriend showed me.
Oh
it.
my god. Okay. All
Not
right.
surprised.
Sure.
No, shut up, Skippy. At least I get bitches.
More than you.
Okay.
Skippy, you go to the local kindergarten
Let's
every
let's
day.
not to kick them. I mean, let's not.
I kick 100 kindergartners.
Actually, when in the timeline do you start playing? I'm kind of curious about this.
I played 3 days after Black Dusk released.
Okay, you're a new gen player. I don't want to hear it.
And,
Oh wow,
Okay,
thanks,
okay.
Sparrow. You're so
Okay.
nice.
okay. I feel like at this point, Entry Point is an old enough game where people who joined around Black Dusk aren't really new gen anymore. Especially because
that was 2021. Was that? When was that? 2020?
It was
That was
2020.
Right? That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude. It's been so long.
It's almost 4 years.
Yeah. God.
I actually joined EPC, I think, like,
Worst mistake of your
Worst
life.
mistake of your life.
literally. I think it was like end of
2020.
yeah, end of October 2019. So like after Lake House.
I never. Okay, I shouldn't say I was inspired to start playing Entry Point. I played Entry Point when it first
Inspired.
had PvE. It was just Kill House and PvE, and like, actually, it was just PvE when I first started playing, like really, really long time ago. Just like demo and PvE, and then I stopped playing it because I forgot about it. I came back and it was just Kill House. I was like, okay, I'll play Kill House. And I grinded Kill House. I saw some speedruns in the game. That was really cool. Got involved in the community. Got more and more involved in the community. And then that's basically it. It just snowballed from there. Stick with the game for extendable time to come. I think I'm probably gonna jump ship to operators. I haven't played EP that much recently, if I'm being honest. I mean, I played Shadow War last night.
Operators.
I don't think anyone has been recently.
I mean, okay, it's cool to see the game still gets a lot of traction though. Like it frequently hits 1,000 players. Like every once in a while, it'll still do that, which is crazy to me. Like people still find the game. It's new. It's exciting to them, and people can still get involved in the community, which is wild to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think some people are kind of in denial because as much as I love to shit on Entry Point, I think that it accomplishes something very few Roblox experiences actually do, and that is having a story-themed game.
Yes.
I can't really find any others that aren't like absolute dog shit.
I mean,
The Lock.
The Lock.
Think of like, okay, even Break-In, a game that's supposed to be known for like, you know, having a story. Yeah. It doesn't really have a story besides, oh, there's this person, you know, oh, there's big scary Larry or whatever, or his like wife or whatever. I don't actually know how the second one works. It seems like very one-dimensional, right? It's such a unique game on the platform. You'd never find this kind of game here. It has an actual story that's well thought out. It's finished. It's wild. It's just wild to me because like you don't ever see some sort of like game. Okay, on Discover right now, all you'll find are simulation games, skibbity toilets, random fucking tycoon games. It's all you see, right? Nothing actually feels.
Speaking of tycoon, Skippy, someone broke into mine.
How?
Okay, we're not talking about this right now. Okay, we're moving past it. But yeah, next question from Bobert Peanuts. This is for Dart. Dart's not here, but we'll answer the question anyway. We already answered this question.
You can
Next
be
question.
Dart. No, you can be Dart.
I'm not gonna be Dart, and Dart's not gonna rejoin the VC for this question. But honestly, actually, you know what, Dart, if you're listening, go join the VC for this question if you want. But do you believe operators have as much success as EP? We already talked about this. We'll move on. Next question for Dart as well. What's your favorite operator from the hit game Operators? Favorite operator? Go.
The first one.
Okay. Is it Garnet, right?
I think it was Garnet.
Yeah.
I think it's just because he was the first one, and I used him in the last one, so.
I guess delinquent from Arsenal. Anyway.
My personal headcanon for Peridot is that she's a trash rap Parisian, and
I got a question on the forum asking if Peridot was like an what was it? Steel Cove member? Oh, hi Dart.
Ew, it's Dart.
Hi,
ew,
Dart.
Ew, disgusting.
Have you come to answer the question?
Hi Dart.
What's going on? How am I here?
Can you leave?
The question was, do you believe... Okay, we've answered this question all the entire podcast, but do you think that operators have as much success as EP? Or more or less? Or how would it work?
Yo, what the heck? I just joined to answer my favorite operator.
Oh, okay. Then go ahead. What's your favorite operator?
Ah, damn. Diamond.
Okay. Alright, sure.
Dude, Diamond looks like an NFT investor.
I saw the one meme that was posted about Diamond looking like Donald Trump, and I can't get it out of my head now.
LoJack Diamond lover.
No, he looks like someone who's on Donald Trump's dating site.
What?
Oh, help me.
Okay, alright.
Yeah,
Thanks, Dart, for your input. I'm gonna remove you from the call now.
Awesome.
I can't
Yo,
remove you
Skippy,
from
want to sign up for the Donald Trump dating site right now?
Alright, let's move past this. Okay.
Oh, help me.
I don't have a favorite operator. I think they're all cool. I want to make my own. That's what I want to do. Okay, next question. Mr. Weeb asks, do you think Iron Man mode or other challenge modes will be present in operators?
I think it's like once Lake House came out, if there is going to be a linear story that it comes out like one after the other, I think once it gets out far enough, then possibly. I don't really expect it to, but
really,
yeah, I don't really expect it to, because it doesn't feel like that kind of game where it would. But Entry Point kind of does.
Okay.
But if it ends up being like Entry Point, where it's like the missions are made sporadically, then I don't think so. Not entirely.
I do know for a fact that, and I can say this, that the difficulty for both the demos so far have both been rookie. This is rookie
Yeah.
difficulty. Right? It's okay. I don't know if it'd be called that, but it's the easiest difficulty for sure. Because there are other difficulties added, and I know a few things about what is planned to happen. I do believe there will be some sort of Iron Man mode or other challenge modes present in operators. What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Playing your FNAF Tycoon game.
Yeah.
You're giving into the Roblox mediocrity, okay? Next question.
Okay, what isn't mediocre about Roblox?
Entry
True.
point. Just kidding, I'll stop. Daka Knight asks, if you could add anything to EP or operators, what would it be except for lore? I think we already did this, but...
Wait, what?
If you could add anything to EP or operators, what would it be? I don't care what it asks for a Shadow War update, but we're never getting that, so...
Entry point romance.
I do feel like a Shadow War update is desperately
Oh my
needed.
fucking
Also, I
God.
feel like seeds being fixed is needed as well. So I think seeds more importantly, because it's actually like affecting the main game.
You know what? I actually have two
Besides
things I'd like to see in
fixes,
operators.
what would you want to add?
Honestly, maybe cooler customization, like you can do more with it. I think that would be really cool to see in operators, but also maybe better PvP. Cause like Shadow War is kind of lame, but if they like made bigger maps for PvP or just like made it better or just had like group missions you could do against other players, that would be cool.
Right.
See, I'm so smart. They should hire me.
You're so smart. They absolutely, you should be hired for this.
Or
Thank you.
if there is going to be like a player versus player thing in operators, I feel like it should be something like you can set up defenses like Shadow War,
Oh.
except you set up defenses if you're defending, and then once the game starts, then everyone on the defending team spectates the intruders, and
Oh, that's unique.
yeah, they go in and they try to complete the objective while avoiding your defenses and stuff like that.
That sounds like a... I don't know how to describe that. That doesn't sound like a... that sounds... Okay, that sounds kind of cool, but that's not what I'm expecting to go with. That was like a tower defense game almost, dude.
God, no.
Okay. If I can add anything to EP or operators, I want to add parkour to operators. More movements, more mobility.
What the fuck?
That... I mean,
Wait, do you mean like Roblox are obby parkour in
No,
like
no.
operators?
Okay,
Or, like,
it's like more mobility and option in general. Like being able to... I don't know.
Okay, but how are they gonna even achieve that?
like FNAF
double wall climb
Tycoon
boost.
movability.
Anyone know double wall climb boost? Any parkour players out there? No, I'm just kidding. I'll stop.
Okay, so in operators, if you are like at a ledge and you fall down,
Yeah,
there's
I know about this.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed desperately.
Fixed? What do you mean?
Yeah, like
Wait, you can't jump
it
off?
needs to be reworked. Whenever you jump off, there's a chance if you're like facing the ledge too close, or like even if you're like sideways, like your left foot is like hanging off and your right foot is on it, and you like fall left, there's a good chance that you'll grab onto the ledge and immediately start climbing up.
Yeah, that's.
And
I think it's intentional.
it is. I like it. I think it should be like that, but I feel like it needs to be reworked so it's not as sensitive, but also or at least have it so that way you grab on and you're like holding on and you have the option to drop down.
Okay.
But I feel like
Right.
I feel like if you drop down, there shouldn't be an animation for dropping down. You should just fall down like normal.
I actually really like that idea. I do agree that falling, if you're facing a ledge and you want to like jump, like fall backwards from, like, let's say for example, trying to fall down the stairs faster, as opposed to facing down the stairs, you might want to like flip the camera the other direction so you can fall backwards.
Yeah.
You can't do that because you'll grab the ledge and you'll have to climb back up and you're like, oh shit, I have to waste some more time. I do agree with that. I think you should have more options with that sort of thing as opposed to like being forced to climb the ledge every time you're facing it and falling down. But that might be kind of difficult to make. I don't know.
Well, I think it's mostly just adding the option to
like let go and fall down.
Yeah, to like
okay.
Yeah, instead of just immediately climbing up,
That's a
especially because of the climbing up animation, because of how long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
that suggestion a lot.
that option would
push that to Sish.
Yay.
Okay. Anything else? Poe, any suggestions?
No.
Okay, well, all right, next question then. From I don't wish to mention my user, who doesn't want to mention their user. Do you think Entry Point took inspiration from the Hitman series? Yes, that was mentioned many times that Entry Point took inspiration from a lot of games, like Metal Gear Solid 5, or Metal Gear Solid in general. Payday, yes, Payday took inspiration from Payday, from Hitman, and other sort of stealth games in the same genre. So yes, we'll move on.
Didn't it also take inspiration from FNAF?
No, okay.
FNAF Tycoon.
Next question from Epic Socks. Do you think the missions will be released in chronological or out of chronological order like EP?
No.
I hope not, but if I feel like at launch there should be more than one mission, but
ooh, okay.
Like maybe 2 or 3 at least. Maybe 4 would be a good number. But I think out of order would be more of a hassle. I think the way Entry Point handled it, it was weird. I feel like just going in chronological order would make more sense.
Okay, yeah.
Or even like like going backwards maybe. That could be something new, but not like starting at the final mission.
But if it's a story game, that would be stupid, Skippy.
It's an idea. It's not meant to be a suggestion.
I know this is. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a story in this game, right?
Okay, so it really depends on what they're gonna do, because the only reason the missions were out of order in the fucking Entry Point was probably because of the Rose thing. Like, oh God, where's Rose? And then you find out she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. The I think it was handled well, but it was still kind of weird. But I did like that it revealed certain plot points at the right times, but it also still fit up, even though it fit correctly, even though it was released out of order. So each cutscene in release order could make sense, kind of, but it makes more sense in chronological
I think
order.
Short term, when the missions are released one at a time, like a month or two apart from each other, this works really well as a storytelling mechanic to have them released out of order. And once the game is out, I mentioned this in my response to Eclipse video, which once the missions are already out and you already have like this whole all the missions come out like bang 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 one at a time, you don't have time to process or really think about what's actually happening in the story as you go along. I think that in that sense, Entry Point loses that sort of charm to the story when you have that quick story progression. But in the long term, you have time to think, you have time to theorize with the community, you have a lot of ideas going around on how the story is progressing. I think being told out of order does make sense in that regard. But again, once it's all out, I think it's better to have just maybe just a full chronological order thing.
Yeah.
For Operators itself though, I have a feeling it's probably gonna be told out of order still, but I don't know for sure. That I do not know. Okay, next question from Nathan. Oh, we already answered this question. Okay, so that was the last one.
Yeah,
we'll end the slideshow. Okay, that's all the questions we have. I guess we're going to live chat now. If anyone has any questions, I'll stay for 10 minutes or so. Then we'll probably wrap up the stream here.
We need McDonald's and Entry Point and operators.
We don't need McDonald's and Entry Point operators.
WickMonald's.
Well,
McDonald's.
That's the third demo mission. You raid a McDonald's.
That would unironically actually be fun in exchange of pace. Like you're a
It would.
big. Yeah, because like all you do actually in like entry point, and like I know I'm basing it a lot of entry point, but it's like, how can I not? But we only really rob banks and like really high intel mission, whatever, you get what I mean. It's like very high grade, and then to suddenly randomly rob a McDonald's would be very like, it would be a change of pace. I'd love to see it.
That could actually also be like a story thing. Like if you get like fired from your position at whatever organization you work for, is like, oh, you go back to doing petty crimes and you start raiding McDonald's.
It could be like a starting point. Like, oh, I got fired, so I'm just going to steal the cash that they have in the safe. Like on my last day.
Yeah, the safe they have at McDonald's.
They have a safe at yeah, okay. It would be kind of cool if we had some random meme missions, though. Who knows? Who knows?
Mm.
It would be fun for like
Okay.
April Fools if they did shit like that.
Okay, no, but like Payday 2, they did meme missions like lab rats. It's like a giant like meth lab,
Oh, God.
and you're like
Okay.
you're on the table making meth. You're like really
God.
tiny.
That's not
Jesse,
happening. That's not
Jesse,
happening on
we
a
need to-
Roblox.
No,
game,
no, no,
but
no, no,
I get what you
no.
mean. I
I'm
get
not.
what you mean.
I'm not saying that, but like something jokey like that would be kind of funny.
Something Krenz would do.
True.
True.
Krenz should be the second developer, honestly.
Oh my God.
No, Krenz should be the main antagonist of the game.
Yeah. Or even like reusing like entry point maps, maybe not the same ones that were used in like the Night Heist, but having like the SCRS or something, having something like that be an operators. I feel like that is a very operators-esque map. I feel like it would fit.
I think, okay, well, to put it this way, yeah, again, the engines, I think, from what I know, the engine is being built way more in mind than entry point was. From what I understand, and I'm sure you guys know this, entry point is really horribly optimized. So each mission individually took a long time to make because of that. If we actually have like a better engine that can run more things, like almost more like flexible, I think the potential for meme missions actually is like close to being a reality. It could actually happen.
Or even like remastered maps,
Yeah.
where it's
Oh my
where it's
God.
not copied,
Remastered
but,
entry
like,
point maps. That'd be wild.
yeah, not copied, but not like the exact same.
They can finally make the scientist good.
Finally.
What if the entirety of entry point was
Finally.
remade in operators?
Eh,
That would be funny. That would be
No.
funny to
It would
me.
be fun for like an entry point anniversary thing, but there's also the problem that like little children will probably be like, "Oh my God, entry point remake," and then be really stupid about it.
no, but like Payday 2, they took the maps from Payday the Heist and they put it in Payday 2. I think you could do something like that where you take some like entry point maps and you fit it into the story, but they're like remastered and they're like not
That would
the
be
exact
cool.
same.
Honestly,
And
I actually
even-
really like that
Entry
idea.
point payday collab.
Even like Payday 3 is taking, like right now they're taking 2 Payday 2 heists and they're putting them in Payday 3, but they're not the exact same. They're very different. I feel like something like
Can you
that.
open the doors
would
for
fit
me,
well.
Skippi?
Oh yeah.
I can't
One
get in.
second.
Never mind, don't worry about it. Damian Lopez is in
God.
operators.
Oh my God. This is the last thing I wanted to talk about right now.
Dude, it's not me, that's the fucking chat. Don't
You
believe me,
mentioned
okay?
it. Okay, I'll talk about it.
Oh,
Alright.
okay. I'm sorry that like 5 people in a row mentioned Damian Lopez.
Well, operators use the 17 plus age rating. I feel
No.
like okay, but
No,
like
will not.
no, Roblox has been trying to age up the platform. I feel like a game like that where it's more aged up would get a lot more people than if it was just E for everyone.
I think the opposite. If you look at the Roblox front page right now, the most popular 17+ games are just like drinking games. It's on tap and there's neighbors
Exactly.
are the two
Literally
biggest
graph.
17+ games right now.
Exactly, but you can also include those real world elements
But it
into
limits
operators
the player
without-
base so much, and that's the
Mm.
issue
Wait,
with
but
it.
isn't
Okay, okay,
isn't
but
like
you don't.
in real life ratings like 18 plus only for like sex and everything 16 plus is like you can just do whatever. No, but isn't that what it is though?
I think so.
Like ratings in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why can't we have entry point meth labs?
No, but here's
Oh my
the thing.
God,
If,
stop.
no. But here's the thing. If it's E for everyone, there's a good chance that it won't appeal to the older audience. But if it's like or like 15 plus, 16 plus, 17 plus, if it's around that age range and higher, then because there aren't like 8-9-year-olds playing FPS games like Entry Point.
Oh, Skippy,
Opera.
yes there are. Yes there are.
True. EPC has a few.
Okay. I'm like almost 100% certain that unless Roblox rates at 17+, it's not going to be 17+.
Yeah. It should though. That would be really cool.
God.
The thing is, I don't think Sish should be marketing towards an E for everyone audience. I don't think they're gonna do
well,
that.
I don't think
but
they're
it's
trying
like,
to.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that it's a hard situation because like kids are gonna be like, oh my god, this is so cool and swag and awe and being so devilish by playing operators. You're gonna have
Anyway.
like a major kid fan base, whether you spin it like.
I mean, that's what
17
Roblox
plus or not,
essentially is, though, right? I mean, it's gonna
True.
happen. Will there be references to Entry Point in story, like story-wise? Yeah. I mean, it's the same universe, right? There will be.
Oh my god, Rivera from Entry Point and Operators, my
Okay, well,
favorite
Rivera's
character.
dead. I'm not
I
gonna.
love Rivera.
Let's not push that.
Actually, yeah, I don't want that in Operators. I appreciate that Sish is like, oh yeah, it's how you play it, but also that leaves like a bunch of question marks in the story that like get unfinished, and it's kind of confusing because you're just adding characters and having them like have a undefined death or like being alive and shit. I think that's just kind of trashy.
Will the new
Well, not
game?
trashy. I mean messy. Will the new game?
Will operators be global, like not taking place in just America or Canada?
Will Operators feature French people?
That was okay. That was one of the funniest comments about Entry Point. It's a global operation. You know, you have missions around the globe, and it's just America and Canada. Well, other than like, okay, Shadow War was actually in like other places, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
I think it was global.
No, it was I think it was Monaco and
yeah, there were some
French
but
place.
I don't.
Yeah, okay, but like fucking
No.
France, America, England, and Canada, that's so overused. Can we have like a mission
Okay,
in fucking Somalia?
I will push this
Actually-
idea to Sish, and
actually,
I
I
don't
think
know. Okay.
I think an Indian mission would go really hard, especially if
true.
if Sish can like flex their like building capabilities and make some like Indian styled like buildings. I feel like that would be really
My
cool.
mind only goes to Hitman for this again. It's like, oh my god. Okay.
Hitman.
I just wish Hitman.
Hitman.
Dude.
We should have a mission
Alex
in
Shaw
Nova
and
Selic.
Operators. I like that one like was a celebrity that tried to open their bank in the withdrawal.
Or
Alex Shaw.
Alex Shaw.
yeah. Or what about like a mission in like New Zealand where it's like the New Zealand like landscape, but then there's like a mansion, but not like a huge
That'd be
mansion.
so cool.
That would be cool.
You know,
Also-
fucking Switzerland mission, and your like player character complains about the prices for pizza being like 20 euros.
No. So the operator's like legacy heist thing for the deposit concept when Sish made that, I felt like
Oh, the concept mission?
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
like Sish was going to do Financer, but I always wanted something that happened before Financer, because whenever you spawn in, you see there's like a grappling hook on the side. I always wanted to like start at the like ground floor, like out in the street, and then like
Oh my
work
God.
your way up.
Yeah, that would
I
be
feel
so
like
cool.
something like that for operators, but like a few years in the future, I feel like that
I
would be
think that would have been really hard to do because you're gonna have to program a street with like people walking around and the detection would just go fucking
You-
haywire.
Well,
You
you just did the
mean
Hitman
like
thing
an
where it was
entry
fake
point?
NPCs. No, I'm just kidding.
You mean like an entry
Well,
point?
there are NPCs in it. Yeah, there are entries.
Yeah, walking around on the street.
Yeah.
I
Because then
th-
it
I
would be
think it's
harder
cool,
to
though.
go into like a fucking New York penthouse from the side with a grappling hook.
Well, anything's
Well, I
possible
mean-
with black clothing, like you do in the game.
Well, no, because you can't really do that like can't really do it like from the ground floor, but you could like start at like in the lobby area and then like book a room and it's on like the third floor. You go up to the third floor. Maybe there's like a secret like or like a reference or two in the other floors. And you go up to the third floor and then maybe you need to either get out the window and start climbing, or you need to like keep going higher and like infiltrate the higher floors that you're not allowed to be on, and then climb
Princess
on the
Gatling
outside
gun.
and go up. Kitty claws.
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to have more cutscenes in missions, like the one you have in Black Site for saving Rose.
I
That'd
feel
be
like
cool.
I feel like that would be cool, but I feel like it should depend on louder stealth.
I think you should have
feel like-
a skip
That can happen, that
button
can happen
so
for
that
sure.
Skippy doesn't get pissed about his little speed runs.
Okay.
no, but like Rose, like the Rose cutscene in Black Site, it's the same whether it's stealth or loud. But in operators, I feel like it should be, if it does get added, I feel like it should be more like more cinematic, so like more camera movement, more player model interaction, stuff like that. But also,
I think that would have been cool for like more of the character-based missions, like Financer and fucking Scientist.
Imagine like
Maybe.
like an interaction where you took out everyone else, and you're like the last person to take out is like fucking Falcon, and you show up behind him with a gun, and just like as a cutscene plays. It'd be so cool.
maybe.
Or
But
like
then,
having a cutscene play when Rivera's alive, as opposed to when
Oh
she's
my!
dead.
Oh yeah, that's
there's
true.
no
I get
cutscene.
that too.
Oh, yeah.
You show up to Rivera and she's dead, and just like the camera pans, and she's dead.
or
Skippy, wanna have a bike race?
Oh my god.
I already
Okay,
beat
question from the bumper. A follow-up question: can you hit on men? I'm operators. Okay, so yes, you can hit
I
on
don't-
men, and you are operators. That's so cool, guys. The
I
bumper
don't
is
think you're an
operators.
operator.
Men,
Okay,
I have been witness to
it has
this
been
multiple
brought up
times.
multiple times in QA. If you can romance people or like seduce people, with the social engineering perks or whatever that are gonna be in the game, because you can talk to people, right? Like you can talk to like the guards. That has been introduced as a mechanic. And Stitch has said no so far to this, but we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying for this. See if it becomes a reality at some point.
To be honest, when I was talking about the social links, I wasn't more so talking about romance, but more like friendship, I guess. Like
Yeah,
when
okay,
you have
I know what you
Rose
mean. I know
give
what you mean
you
about that.
give you the gun and shit, or like having revealed her real name. I think it's more impactful if you actually develop the time to go talk to her and shit.
Right.
Skippy, where the
That
fuck
could
are
be a
you?
thing.
I'm right here.
Oh, there.
But you need some sort of like open area to be able to do that, right? Or like in the menu, you think?
Yeah, that's true. I think it will be hard to implement, but I also think it could be interesting.
All right, all right. Is there gonna be a helicopter enemy in the game? Yeah, well, the strat is to keep throwing the grenades at it until it blows up.
I liked the helicopter thing, but I feel like it was a little same. There wasn't really much that separated them besides the rockets and
Death to the lake
SCRS one.
house.
Okay. Ooh, okay. What would be kind of cool is if you're okay, there's different personalities for your character.
Yeah.
If cutscenes are affected by your personality, like if characters like you,
Your
like, more or
operator
less
can
based on
post
your operator.
post bait on Twitter.
Your operator
True.
can post
This is
bait
true.
on Twitter. Oh god.
Yeah, this is true. You can actually make TikTok first traps.
You should have.
I would love that.
Twitter on an operator. That'd be kind of funny. Right. All right.
I feel like there should be at least one mini boss in the game, but I don't really know how to think to implement a mini boss, especially in like stealth. Well, I mean, I guess the helicopters weren't really like.
Onyx unit is coming back, guys. I
Um,
don't remember where.
What the fuck was
I will not
Onyx
state
unit
when
even?
this takes place in the timeline. Well, I think the correct interpretation is that it's like some sort of like super soldier. I think because he has way more health than any other unit. But sorry, go on.
I think it is the super soldier, but I also do think it's partly the minigun as well.
Sure. Okay. No. Minigun should not require a full on like campaign to figure out what this Onyx project is. It has to be something.
It should
more.
No. But well, yeah, it is more. It's because
Onyx
it's not
project
just
is the minigun.
No. It's not just the minigun. It's the minigun and the super soldier.
Okay.
Because you can have like more than one super soldier with more than one minigun. If you were to make an army.
Well, I don't know. Anything could happen. I would be very happy to see Onyx unit return. That'd be kind of funny.
He's
I
a
think-
single father now.
I think he served his purpose.
He is dead. That's true.
It could be a reference, I guess, but I think anything outside of that is going to be
Okay.
too much.
Yo, Skippy.
Hi.
Okay. You guys need to
Welcome,
keep playing
chat.
your FNAF Tycoon. I think we're
Yeah.
gonna end it here. I don't have anything else like to say. I
Hour and a half,
don't see
that's
any
pretty
quality questions going on in chat right now. I'll put it that way.
What's
So-
your
Random
opinion?
man gets kidnapped, shaved bald, and is forced. What the fuck?
Sparrow, what is your opinion
Sparrow,
on
do you consider
reproduction?
yourself a
Oh my
strong
God.
man?
Okay. I don't know,
Sparrow,
man.
I think you should shave your head.
I should shave my head and go
Any
bald. I agree.
dirty QA secrets or inside jokes?
Dirty
Yeah,
QA secrets or inside
Darts-
jokes?
Dart is actually Mark Zuckerberg's son.
He is.
Did you know
Yeah,
that?
that's why he's like busy all the time. He has to deal
Makes
with his
sense.
dad's shit. I mean, it takes a while.
Hmm.
I'm not answering you because it's very uncomfortable to ask me that sort of question on stream.
What about off stream?
Okay, well, no, just fucking. Let's move past this. Like a swimming mechanic? I don't know. Water swimming mechanics.
Water.
Actually, no.
Who even
'cause I-
swims, dude? Come on.
Okay, so I know you said swim, but at first I heard swing, and I think swinging, like
Like a
Across-
I think
a
we
bars
should
and
have
stuff.
playgrounds and operators where we can just go swing.
Oh my god.
I feel like that would be pretty cool.
Well,
I also think that would be pretty cool.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, I don't have anything else to really add to this. I guess we'd have to wait. I mean, the biggest thing is just having to wait to see when the next demo comes out. Realistically, I want to say I feel like it'll come out before April, but I don't know how realistic that really is. I don't know, like
I think it's still gonna come out April 12th. That's
April.
my,
Okay, not April 12th, April 16th.
prediction.
You mean, right? Sure. April 12th is a strange ass date.
Nuh-uh.
Why April 12th?
Why not?
April 16th is the day that the anniversary happens.
Oh, I don't know that. I'm not really an entry point connoisseur, you
Okay,
know?
sure.
It's not really my major.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
thanks for your opinion on this.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to end stream here. Thanks for watching. I need to get rest, dude. I'm so sick right now. I don't even know why I did this podcast.
Work till you're dead.
Yeah,
so much more
maybe
work to do
don't
still.
do it when you're sick.
Okay, well,
I told you just to delay it.
it's fine.
You
we got
didn't
through it. We
listen.
got through it. It's an hour and 30 minutes. People can enjoy that or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna end
Or
stream here.
Scrounge.
All right, bye.
You got the best guests on the podcast.
Okay, best
Still
is a
playing FNAF Tycoon.
Okay. Bye,
Oh,
guys.
I'm sorry. Who's better than me and Skippi?
I'm gonna end the stream
Yeah,
before you
that's
get more
true,
comments
that's
about FNAF Tycoon from both Poe and Skip right now.
Okay,
Any
we
last
are
words?
like,
Yes,
I'm
but
curious.
it's entertaining.
Any last words?
now this means I can no longer
Um,
be the best self-proclaimed Exit Point podcast gift. Now I am just the best Exit Point podcast.
Okay.
No, you're fucking not. Shut up, Skip.
Who is
You
then,
shut
Poe?
up.
Who is the best?
Me.
Okay, that ran your stream here. Bye.
Wait, okay, so Sparrow. I think it's
streams
I
ended.
think it's
Streams ended.
I think it's